Hi guys, my name is Owolabi Marcus. Welcome once again to Love, Sex and Relationship. On this particular topic is quite interesting, is what has been in my head for like forever. We are going to be discussing falling out of love. There is love, of course, we know, but people do fall out of love, either in a relationship, either dating, or in marriages. Here with me today, I have actress, media personality Aisha Palmer. I have comedian and actor Ebiye Victor. I have actress and singer, all-round entertainer Stella Delight. And I have Lamborghini and all-round entertainer. I remember people do call him the next Divine. Welcome on board, guys. So, it's interesting, knowing that you are in love. But there is this aspect that's the topic we're discussing today. The aspect of falling out of love. I'm gonna start with you, Haisha Palmer. What do you say about falling out of love?
I feel like love is a beautiful thing. We all know. People get to fall out of love for several reasons. People don't just fall out of love because they don't love the other person anymore. There's something called hibernation in love. Like sometimes you, it's not like the love go away. Sometimes you just feel like I don't feel this way about this person right now. And it's not like I don't love them, but I just don't know what I feel about them. It could be for several reasons. It could be where you stay, it could be money, it could be someone else, it could be so many things. So, and then if some people who want to be in love still want to be in love, I feel like love never goes away. When you fall out of love with someone, there's a reason. If you don't love them anymore, means you never even loved them in the first place. That's what I think. I've been in love for some time now, and I feel like I believe that. But if you totally fall out of love with someone, you probably never even loved them in the first place. But if you're out of love with them, then there are several things you can do to get your love back. Because I mean, love is like flower, and like I mean, we have to have our back every day. So you need to nurture love. You need to give it life. You need to give it food. You need to make it grow. And just like business and every other thing, you need to put in time, for love
Yeah,
to work.
true.
So
Yeah.
I feel like if you're out of love, find out why you're out of love and see if you can get it back. If not, it's gone, it's gone, it's gone.
Hmm. Amazing. Ebiye, what do you think?
Hmm. My own view is different. She said she made sense, yeah. But if you ask me, I'll tell you, if you cannot die for somebody, then
Do
that's
people
not
really
love.
die for people?
God died for us. Jesus, you understand? So I
Not
feel
Jesus anymore. That's
no,
Jesus.
no. See, I feel if you ask me, I feel
Okay.
can you die for your spouse? If you can die for your spouse, you're in love. If you can't, you're not in love.
Wow.
Titanic, that kind. You understand?
See, oh boy, no be that comedy show we
No,
do.
no, like I'm just saying a lot of people say they're in love, but what exactly is love? I was watching this this short interview they do at bus stop when they like, oh, if they give you 30 billion to leave your boyfriend or your girlfriend, will you leave? I go say, you get a lot of money, you get. So what is love? I think we
I
need to
think I think from your own point of view, it boils down to the word love.
yeah,
If it really exists between you guys,
yeah,
then you would do anything. I mean, probably everything,
yeah,
to keep it going.
yeah,
That's your point, right?
yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Stella.
Falling out of love. What makes people fall out of love? So many questions, keep running through my head when I heard that topic. People fall out of love for several reasons, and I feel some of the reasons are not having time for your partner, like she said earlier. Another thing is we usually have this problem. I don't know if it's common with African, we do not communicate in our relationship.
Second that.
Is a big, terrible, like a serious disease. There's this I was watching one talk show, and the guy to tomorrow he keeps wondering why his woman never accepted his proposal. And he eventually got married, and she got married, and he asked, he said hi. She was shocked, and the question was, what did I do? I mean, I was there for you. I was your friend. I was your lover. I was your brother. But what was that problem? You know what he said? You know what she said? She said, you never even took time to know what I really feel. Yes, you were trying to give me everything. She had a particular situation. She wants to talk to him. She wants to talk about her own project and some other things, bothering her. But he never had the time. He goes out, go to work and, try to get things for her to make her feel happy. By the end of the day, you know, there was one particular word she said. You were boring. And
Wow.
it's true. It happened. Okay. We're not talking personal. No, it happened because there was a time, you have your partner and he's always like, hustling. He needs to make money. I'm more of a supportive person. You know, I feel, people mistake the word superwoman. I feel a superwoman is someone that can be there for you during challenges, with the kids, with the family, and all. So people always see that word as, a bossy kind of thing. A superwoman is someone that is supportive. So if you have a man and your man is hustling and your woman is supporting you, there's going to be a problem at the end of the day if the guy does not pay attention to you also. If he doesn't know when you look sexy, when you look beautiful, or when you even want to have makeup. Some of those things make people fall out of love, or like the regular word, oh, money no there, no love, they all fall out. And I'm going to make a contribution to what you said or her. You could fall out of love. You falling out of love means there wasn't love in the first place. You could be with someone. You
No,
could.
I think you're getting it wrong there. Falling out of love and falling totally out of love, two different lines.
Okay.
When you fall totally out of love, that means you don't love at all in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you fall out of love, just as you said, Aisha,
Yeah.
hibernate.
Okay.
It happens
There's
all the
tendency you
time.
come back and then but you
Exactly.
could love someone and you still don't want to be with the person. The lady love is
Exactly.
the lady love. That's I'm trying to define your own
Exactly.
total fault because I feel yes you can fall out of love and you can totally fall out of love, meaning you can't come back
Yeah.
despite whatever
Yeah.
try you guys make. But it still doesn't mean the guy doesn't love you or you don't love the person because
Yeah.
you could love from a distance.
Mhm.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I was just
Yeah.
gonna add to that.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you. Lamborghini.
Yeah.
What's your take on this, brother?
Okay. I'm from a. I'm in a new space at the moment, and when I saw the topic, I was very excited, particularly because this generation has been misled, you know, to the word love. You know, first and foremost, I need to make it very clear on the show. A lot of people fall out of love because, in the first place, they do not even take out time to love themselves. You know, a lot of people don't even know themselves. So you don't know yourself, you don't even love yourself, you are just hovering around the idea of the word love. So you end up with a partner based on that idea. Just like every other project, an idea is not is not realistic until it becomes physical. So first, people fall out of love because they don't even understand the word love. They don't love themselves. So they end up with partners based on benefits. Now,
Yeah.
the moment your love is based on benefits, the day that benefit is no longer available at that spot, it's like you love the girl. Some guys, I've heard guys say, man, I'm in love with the girl. No, you're not in love. You're in love with the idea of the girl. You love her butt. You love the way you are in love with the idea of her smile. You are in love with the idea of the way she walks. If anything happens, if illness or any kind of thing happens and strikes that girl, and that idea that you think you're in love with is no longer there, then you start looking for it up and about. So the thing now is, most people in this side of the world and in this generation are falling out of love because in the first place they don't even love themselves. Now, if you love yourself and you understand yourself, you would know where you will know what you're looking for. You know the space that is available that you want a woman to come and fit in. It's like a pieces of puzzle. You know, you pour it down. You know, if you keep fitting the wrong puzzles, you will never achieve the full picture. You know, and I tell people, a lot of people fall out of love again because of they keep too much secrets. You know, I used to say this. You know, keeping secrets is the enemy of any relationship.
Yeah.
You know, the moment you start keeping secrets, you're gradually falling out of love already. Sometimes you're living in the same house, but you're no longer in love, but you don't even know. You know, so I would like, I know it's a discussion, but this is how I would like to put it on the table while we dissect this topic in order for our viewers, you know, to have a clearer understanding of the word love. And when you say you are no longer in love with someone, take a chill pill. You know, look at the entire puzzle again. It might just be that the rhythm of the two of you dancing is no longer the same. You know, you're dancing disco and it's probably dancing,
Which can obviously be worked on.
which can, you get what I mean? So just take your time, listen to the music again, you know, find your rhythm back again, find your balance back again, and you might just not be out of love yet. But a lot of people are falling out of love because they do not even love themselves. So they allow the wrong set of people into their space. And when the idea of what they call love is no longer available, they say they fall out of love.
Fantastic, Lamborghini. Thank you, guys. I got a mail. Um, you know, before this show, I got a mail, and the lady that sent me the mail, you know, I'll just keep the name anonymous. She said, I saw your topic on. I mean, I saw what you posted on Instagram that you'll be having some people talking on the topic falling out of love. Now, our own experience was that she's been dating this guy for the past 4 years, and they are planning to get married towards the end of this year. Now, our issue is she's no more feeling the spark. She said, I don't know if I really love him to the extent of getting married to him. Now, it's a big one, because if you are going into marriage, you really need to be sure. You really need to be sure.
100%.
Just as you can, you know, okay, obviously the topic is falling out of love. Now, if you are going into marriage and already you've been having, you know, second thoughts about it, it's a big deal. It's a big issue.
You obviously don't want to fall out of marriage.
Exactly. So now I want us to take that as as a point and talk about it. Now, when you feel like you are falling out of love, we now we know what falling out of love is. We know the feeling. We know, you know, what could lead up to it. So when you are in that position, Ebi, what do you think you can do to spice it up to get your group back?
Hmm. You know, normally when you just meet someone, when you meet a girl, you know, you guys are talking, it's always interesting at that point. You know, when you first that goes at the beginning, you have to take it back.
Initial grabber.
Initial things, you have to take it back. Whatever you did then that she liked, you have to go back. Whatever you said, whatever she, you know, talked about. And then I have issues with women. I don't know if I can talk.
You can talk, please.
No, it's
You know, when you
okay.
first meet a girl, first date, makeup, everything ready, on fleek, everything. You know, she'll prepare, she won't come late, everything will be ready. By the time I don't date for some time, she can come out. She have not even brushed today. Oh. She can start wearing slippers. Personal experience. Personal, I'm not even going to lie. Personal experience. She starts showing you that, you know. So you now, you don't, you get, if she stays like that forever, you she'll affect her forever. That's what I think. You know, so
Wow.
we both have a part to play. Women like doing like they are the ones that are the hot ones. Men don't cry. Men are the strong ones. We are meant to worship them. No. So play the game. That's what I think.
Wow. Aisha, what do you think?
I second that, and I don't think that falling out of love is not always a bad thing. I mean, you're falling out of love with someone you're not supposed to be with in the first place. You're helping yourself.
Yeah.
So I mean, so we're not saying fall out of love. You know, you might be falling out of love with the wrong person. You understand? You just
Yeah.
need to be able to put, like you said, dissect the whole thing, see from the beginning. I don't know how long you guys might have been dating. Check things out. Check if you feel it's good for you, if it's okay for you, if it treats you right, and you both respect yourself. Because I feel like in a relationship, you guys need to have that mutual respect for yourself.
Exactly.
When there's mutual respect, it would be sort of easy for you guys to communicate when you like follow balance and always get things together. But if you have such a bad feeling about marrying someone, as much as marriage is a very good, I feel like you should really, really fall out, like fall totally out of love. Because I feel that
Amazing. Lamborghini, what do you think?
Okay, referring back to the woman's case,
Yeah.
um, let's use the word 6 months down the line to your marriage, and you realize you're no longer feeling the vibe like you felt it initially. Now, if she's watching, these are my advices back to her. First and foremost, understand that why do you want to marry?
Yeah.
You need to understand it. You know, for someone like me, I'm not married yet, and I've been with a couple of women since I've been a young boy, right?
Like
And
100.
nah, funny enough, far from it. You know, but what kind do you want to breed into the world? You know, a lot of people just wake up and they just want to get married. But for someone like me, there are questions I ask myself. What, what kind of child do I want to bring into the world? So the kind of child I want to bring into the world determines the kind of woman I want to make love to bring the kind of child I want into the world.
Exactly.
You know, what kind of family am I looking at? Now, I've noticed most of the marriages, or most of the time, things go wrong in marriages. They were signs, but they were ignored before you walked in.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
I hear people say things like, no, when we get married, it's going to be result. Now, you need to understand that the first thing that changes when you from the guy you were courting and the guy that you're married to is the fact that he now wears a ring on his hand. He's the same smile. He's the same. If he disrespects you, he's still gonna keep disrespecting you. Whatever you met in him is what he's actually dragging into marriage.
Yeah.
You know, so if 6 months to when you're about to get married, you're no longer feeling this guy, the thing I would say to her is go back to your drawing table. Ask yourself these questions. Why did I even wanted him in the first place? See, sometimes there is no crime in just having fun. You know, yeah, I'd rather have a broken relationship than have a broken marriage. You know, so if it's for the fun, so let her ask herself, okay, he's no longer the kind of guy I want. For women particularly, you know, a lot of women of this generation don't ask themselves this question: what kind of man do you want to be the father of your child? You know, is he the definition of a father to you? You know, if he's not the definition yet, do you see traces that can make him become that fatherly figure that you want? Because at the end of the day, a lot of women are angry in marriage, not because the guy is not giving them money, but because quietly he's no longer the icon, he's no longer the image, the representative of the image they want for them, for their children, for their family, for even everything around them. So my advice to her is she should check it. You know, you can control your emotions, you can ask your emotions questions. If he's no longer the guy, hey, take a chill pill. You know, I say this: nobody in the world has ever been given a Nobel Prize for getting married.
No. Absolutely.
Nobody has ever been given. So don't rush it, because understand that the moment you get married to the wrong person, your entire life is gone. You know, I say this: if God created women just to come into the world and get married, he wouldn't have given them equal brain capacity like he has given to the man. He wouldn't have given them something. Everything is complete. It's just the production. It's just the sexual organ that is just different.
Yeah.
You know. So that is what I would say to her. Marriage is not the key to success or the key to everything. So she should check it. And
Fantastic. Thank you, Lamborghini. Stella?
Okay, I'm just going to say this because most of what we may want to say has really been touched. But we have this particular problem, and I feel the problem is communication. I said it earlier. Now, you said she should ask herself questions, her emotions, which is a very good one. Another thing she needs to do also is to sit down like this on a hot seat, romance kind of hot seat with her man. You need to, I'm one person that naturally I'm a shy person. Yes, I may have a different look, but I'm a shy person. I can't always like, why you doing this now? Why you that? Why you not doing this? So I'll be like, okay, we change. I will go. It's bad enough. Next time I see him do that stuff, and at the end of the day, I realized that yes, I was falling out of love, or probably we were falling out of love. And one day I said, please, can I talk to you? Do you mind? You know, so I had to make my voice as soft as I'm the one person, I'm the one that saw signs. You know, people go into marriage, they see signs, and they don't touch it. So I always say this: we should learn to communicate. We should learn to sit with our man and talk, lengthy, especially after love making, before love making. Each time he wants to do that stuff, why are you smiling?
That's a very wrong time.
That's always the time they will like talking.
That's
No.
you know,
They love
Stella,
talking
pardon me,
about
but that is a very, very wrong
See,
time. And if you
no.
say if before or after, wrong time.
Yes.
So
Because
when do we get
me,
along?
I'm
It's
from experience. So me, it's easier for you guys. Eh?
Okay.
If I want it, that's the only thing that's in my
Okay,
head.
but Marcus-
So you telling me anything, it will just enter from here and pass away from here.
No.
After it, probably I just want to relax.
Or
You-
even if the man is even responding, he's only responding because of what he wants to
Exactly.
get. He's
No.
also he's
No.
asking
See,
you to
no, I'm-
move further.
You know your man. You know when he wants it, right? Sometimes he doesn't really need to have it that moment because there are also more pressing issues. Sometimes we are human. It can't be what you want all the time. It can't be the sex thing. Once I want to make love, or that's when he has to. There are times. I mean, he has feelings. He has
Yeah.
blood going around his system. If my man wants to make love to me and I'm not in a happy mood, how is it gonna work? Then you're a selfish person. If you want to touch me and I'm sober, how are you gonna make love to me?
Some people
And,
know
and maybe this no, but you see we have these, some of these things are the causes. That's why I said sometimes
Yeah.
it could be before. Do you know he may want to make love, and if I'm a man, I want to touch my woman and she's not responding. Hell no, I won't do that.
That's why you are not a man. Anyway,
No,
But
but
can
it's
I-
a serious,
But-
issue.
Yeah, it's a serious issue. But can I
It's
say
a
something?
serious
Can I say
issue.
something
Yeah.
based
It's not
on
the
this
best
topic?
time though.
Yeah, can I say something based on this
Yeah.
topic? I think what every woman should do, this is still goes back to understanding who you are falling in love with or who you're married to.
yeah.
Right. Like they say, we can never know it all. But again, I used to say this, right? If you read chapter 1 properly, yeah, you have at least an understanding of what is in chapter 1. Then you go back and read that same chapter 1 again. Some sentences will begin to mean differently to you.
Exactly, you're right.
Then go back again and read it.
Yeah.
It's for every time you read it, there is a new understanding you're discovering
Yeah.
from only that one chapter.
Yeah.
Now, this is a man that is about to knock. You have pressing issue, right? And you feel putting it in front of him when he wants to knock is the best time. According to 70% of the men I know, you will not get what you want. Or even if they give it to you at that time, they are not giving it to you. They are not giving you what you want. They're only giving you what you want to
What you
hear.
want to hear.
They are two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what I would suggest to any woman that has pressing issues, what stops you from taking your man out on a date? Don't
I was gonna
see.
that.
Take him out. Then he will know you're serious.
Exactly.
Or you adopt the style of our parents when we offend back in the days when we were much younger. They wake you up at 2 a.m. or they wake you up at 3 a.m. He will know that, for this woman to wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning, this is serious.
Thank you, Lamborghini. Thank you. I hope the viewers have, an idea of how people fall out of love and how you can manage the situation. And if it's not meant to be, you have an idea and you can just say, to the left, to the left. You know what I mean? So now we're about to wrap up the show, but
All right.
there is this other part of it that we need to touch before we go off it. Now, we know about how people fall out of love and how you can deal with the situation. Now we are going to talk from personal experience. I'm not going to start with you, Lamborghini. Okay? I'm going to start with Stella here. Stella, have you ever fallen out of love?
Mhm.
What was it like?
It wasn't a beautiful experience, but it was something that was meant to be. I had to take that decision because a situation whereby the relationship is becoming boring, you have to really, sit back, probably go on a break. Maybe that's what they call break to some people. Like you said, falling out totally and
Yeah.
just falling out. So for me, what really happened is, yes, I was, or I was in love, we were in love, and I can't stand it when every second it has to be the phone thing. I can't stand it because if it's not, I mean, there's time for business, and I will also understand if we're together and business comes in. I understand when you because which how you treat your relationship is how you want your marriage to be,
Yeah.
your home to be.
Yeah.
And I want a situation whereby if there is a serious situation or any situation at all, we have to face it. I can't stand it with the phone thing, So people should always when it's time for your family or when it's time for your woman, you should have give them that full time. So for me, it was crazy. I had to go back and say, what was the first thing that really made me, get attracted to him? What was it? It's that each morning he calls me and he sings to me. And I was like, oh, let's see they sing for this kind for this kind period. So and he sings to me, he has his baritone voice, he sends me, voice notes in the morning. And what stops you from doing it?
Baby.
Love I'll be so no, like I said, we're still in love, but you see that sometimes another thing I would also like you to touch, briefly is situations, maybe the economic situation, maybe where people have to work. Everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants to make money. And I always say this thing: in as much as you're looking for money, you should realize that that time is also moving fast as you're looking for money. So it does not make you do, when you get to a particular age, time frame, there are certain things you would do naturally, So if you don't do it that period, you become like marriage time, relationship time, blah blah
It's
blah.
not really marriage time.
No, then.
No. Seriously, we are Africans, and there's this thing we should also consider. You could decide to look fly, look single. Me, I'm a little bit of old fashioned. Don't mind me. I feel you can get married at any time. I mean, the world is crazy now. You can even get married at 50. But truly, as a lady, we didn't want to get married at 50. We're different. We have different kind of body structure. The men can be, get married at any age. That's why I said there's a time frame. I'm not saying it's a fixed time frame, And I also bring God into everything I do, Once I fall out of love with something, I go to pray. If you want him to be the one, please show me signs. If you want him to be the one, if he's not the one, let's not quarrel. Let's just, just flow.
Okay, Stella, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Lamborghini.
My personal experience, I'll be very truthful on the show. And if any girl, I've not dated so many girls in my
I
lifetime.
thought you said 100 earlier.
No.
Oh, pardon me. I thought you said 100.
Facebook will tell us very soon.
Oh, okay.
Facebook will tell us very
I know I've dated, in my lifetime, I've dated about 5 girls. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, my entire lifetime. And I speak with every one of them. I'm not in a relationship right now, but I still speak with the 5 of them. So what I've realized in my own case...
Abia is single.
I'm pretty.
So what I realized in my own case is that I never fall out of love. And that's why I still speak to them. But some things were not working. And respect allows us to understand that if this is how you want your thing and this is not how I want it, there is no crime in, respecting ourselves and going our separate ways. And today I still talk to them. Like even when I'm working, like the project, okay, I will say,
No, on different occasions.
yeah, like one of them, like I've worked on different projects. I've dated a doctor. At some point, she's been on the field to help out. Now we're friends. So it just tells you that, we didn't become enemy. So I wouldn't say,
Which is very important.
yeah, which is very important. And I've seen a situation, true life story. Yeah, a woman that dated this man when they were younger, but they went their separate ways because they were no longer, some things were not working the way they wanted. So, but they respected themselves and went separate ways. She got married, he got married. This guy became billionaire, in his own lifetime. She married someone that finance was not good, At the point she picked up her phone and called the girl, I'm like, what's wrong with you? My children are your children. For the amount of time we dated, I'm having financial issues in my marriage. Can you take up scholarship for 2 of my kids? He was like, okay, ask them what do they want. The other one said he wants to be a pilot. The man sponsored everything, sent him abroad, go schooling, finished his education, got him a job back here in Nigeria. And this guy is living, this is true life story.
Was her husband in the know?
Yes.
Was he comfortable?
See, let me tell you the truth.
No, was he comfortable?
I wouldn't know.
Because you
see,
said something
No,
earlier.
can I say something? I wouldn't want to say if he is comfortable or not comfortable. I'll tell you one big truth today. If women truly decide to open up on a lot of things that is working around their marriage and around their home that even the men don't know about. When you truly understand your partner,
You're right.
yes,
Lambo, you're
Okay.
right.
when you truly understand your partner, that's why I say communicate. You must understand who you're going into a relationship with.
You know, because you said something earlier, and I was going to pin that. You said if we talk about everything that happens in a relationship, if we don't keep secret,
Yeah.
you understand. So sometimes, no matter how much you love your husband, or no matter how understanding he is, you tell
Okay,
him
let me
such
clarify.
situation. I don't know
Let
if you
me
know
clarify
where
that
I'm
aspect.
going
Let me
to.
clarify that aspect so that you don't
That was why I just
you
asked
don't
on
get
that
it mixed
for
up. Now, this is it. I grew up with the way I grew up, right, in the house. My dad was a marine engineer. So first and foremost, he was never around. Left with a mom that, my mom was my father. That's how I grew. Now, there was a day I sat my mom down and we were just talking like, you do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Now, please note, the moment you begin to question the trust of your spouse, there is a problem. A lot of, let me not say, a lot of us, yeah, a lot of us, the moment your woman or your man is talking to someone, you start feeling like, you don't even want to allow your wife to associate. Hey, hold on. Do you know how many men have toasted that girl since she was 18 years old? If she was sleeping with every man that has been toasting her since she was 18, do you think she will still be in one piece
And
for
it's vice
you?
versa
Yeah,
as well.
and it's vice versa as well. Do you think that person will still be in one piece that you so wish that you want to marry that person? So for crying out loud, if your wife tells you, I'm speaking to so person to help us out in this financial situation for our children, I don't think you should start feeling, I wouldn't know if the man felt some type of way, but what the end result is that our ex sponsored her 2 kids.
Fantastic.
The important
Which
Which
is
is the
important.
most important part of it. Anyway, so Aisha,
I have been out of love severally,
severally.
and I liked it.
Heartbreaker, Danielle.
And then I liked it. I mean, it was with one person, but I liked
No,
it
you said severally.
severally with one person.
Oh, okay. I thought with about 100%.
Well, you can say 100.
She must have.
You
Okay.
can say 100. I have been, and at times when I was not in love anymore, I sort of enjoyed it because it sort of gave me the freedom that I wanted to a point. You know, a lot of us lie to ourselves. We don't want to be with certain people, but we feel like, oh, if I say I don't want to be with him anymore, he's going to think, oh, you're not there anymore, you don't love me no more, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like if you love yourself enough, like you said, and you feel like you need to break for yourself, because sometimes you really need to break, you need to be mentally okay, you need to be psychologically okay. So I feel like sometimes you really do need that break. And I took break off and then I got back and it was better. I felt like it was just the first time and I just saw him and then he started coming over and I'm like, oh nice, blah blah blah. And it's not like I cheated, but there were times that I did and thought this would be too. But you need breaks. I feel like especially if you're like in a long relationship. I've been in like a long relationship and it helps me. It just helps me get my mind back. It helps me fix things,
Get
things
your
like,
groove back.
if you're going to be with someone for a long time, you need to be able to put things in perspective. You need to know, that you want to be with this person. And if you're out of love with them, you also need to know why. And, if it's good, if it's not good, go back. Just do what's good for you, basically.
Well, you heard it all from Lamborghini, Stella, ABA, and Aisha. Well, in a way or two, I hope you guys have learned one thing or the other. We'll be back again and we'll surely let you know what the next topic will be. Thanks, guys, and have a good one.
Thank you.